White House is intensifying its efforts to resolve the Gaza hostage crisis, with National Security Adviser Jake Sullivan informing the families of American hostages on September 1st that President Biden is considering presenting Israel and Hamas with a final proposal for a ceasefire and hostage release deal, according to a report from Axios. This development follows the recent murder of 6 hostages, including American citizen Hirsch Goldberg Polin, by Hamas in Gaza, which has heightened the urgency within the Biden administration to push for a swift resolution. Sullivan, along with President Biden's top Middle East advisor Brett McGurk, held a 1-hour Zoom call with the families of the 7 remaining American hostages, emphasizing the critical nature of the next few days in securing an agreement. The families were told that while there is no certainty of a deal, progress has been made in recent negotiations in Cairo and Doha, particularly concerning the lists of hostages and Palestinian prisoners to be exchanged. The White House plans to present an updated version of its proposal to both Israel and Hamas, giving the parties a week to respond. This proposal includes discussions on the contentious Philadelphia corridor along the Egypt-Gaza border, where Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has faced internal opposition over the deployment of Israeli forces during the proposed 42-day ceasefire. The situation in Gaza remains tense as the Biden administration works to finalize its strategy, with President Biden set to meet with his national security team, including Vice President Kamala Harris, on September 2nd to discuss the next steps. Meanwhile, protests have erupted in Israel, with many blaming Netanyahu for the failure to secure the hostages' release alive, further complicating the already volatile situation. The ongoing violence in the West Bank, where Israel's military has launched its largest and deadliest operation since the Israel-Hamas war began, has added to the international concern.
We condemn and denounce this brutal Israeli aggression against the city of Jenin, the Jenin camp, and the eastern neighborhood. For the 4th consecutive day, the repeated Israeli incursions and systematic destruction by the Israeli occupation forces against our people continue, along with the siege of hospitals and the assault on the Red Crescent and doctors. Many people are in need of assistance, and we cannot reach them.
The operation, which has included airstrikes, gun battles, and the destruction of infrastructure in urban refugee camps in Jenin and Tulkarem, has resulted in a significant rise in Palestinian casualties, with the Palestinian Health Ministry reporting at least 663 deaths in the West Bank since the conflict began.